Welcome back to Nerd Chic and Ask the Nerd as we talk crypto. Here's another intro into something crypto today. Probably boring, but with a total nerd twist. Okay, let's talk about this thing that people are just now starting to talk about, which is DeFi, decentralized finance. What is DeFi? So DeFi, just as a simple term, is a kind of finance that's not controlled by a big player like Wall Street or the banks. And it's a kind of finance that isn't just hosted in their big buildings making them big money. There's no middle ground player. So whenever there's transactions made, it's complete and direct and it's immediate and it's quicker and that kind of thing. It's ledgered, it's written into the blockchain, and we know that it's legitimized. So in the past, you would need lawyers, you need bankers, and your transaction fees, and then fees. Even in money fees, there's transactions. Well, crypto is taking all of that out of it. It's really creating centralized finance. There's no central hub like a big bank or a middle player or a lawyer that's holding it up. You're not having to go to Western Union and pray that most of your money gets there and not know if it doesn't get there. You're able to transact better. And so DeFi is kind of the Wild West right now. It's not really safe. There's a lot of platforms out there they'll rip you off as they get started. So if you hear about a new DeFi platform, I'm actually developing in two of them. I'm not even suggesting jumping into them yet. I'm in Shapeshift and Clover. I'm in development with them. So I'm working on some of the tech side and doing development with the contracts. They've opened their stuff up, open source. They allow us to develop in it. I'm jumping in. So I'm not even suggesting those. Those are Wild West ones. I'm doing good in them, but you can lose your money. There can be a rug pull or something. I can't hang my hat on it yet. But some of the ones that are becoming more of the standards that are trusted are like Uniswap, SushiSwap, and others like them. Some of the platforms that are more trusted are Coinbase or Coinbase Pro because it's a publicly traded company or whatever. Those are exchanges that are a little more trustworthy, right? So that's what you want to think about. DeFi, and the reason why it's so exciting is in the future, all stocks could be contracts. They're smart contracts through blockchains such as Ethereum and Polygon and others like them that do smart contracts. Even Ada Cardano is going to smart contracts. That's a big deal. There could be transactions of land ownership. These things can be written in the blockchain and they're easily verified. They're public for everyone to see. They're even tokenized or whatever. It's very exciting stuff. It cuts out the middleman, cuts down the cost, and that's what DeFi is. And largely, the best DeFi platforms are not owned by one person. There's some out there that are owned by one person. The best ones are owned by what's called a DAO, a DAO, or a foundation. So it's a group of people involved. The one I'm digging into with Shapeshift just became that. It's becoming a DAO. Ownership is to all of us who are developing on it or investing in it or creating liquidity in it. And that's the most safe ones because you've got all these people that are governing it together. Why do we like it? Because it's governed by the people and it's a bigger group of people. It's more democratic. What you're finding is at the very core of what DeFi is, it's taking away the power from the big single players and putting power back into the hands of the smaller players in a democratic ruled kind of situation where bad players are actually hand slapped through contracts and through losing income. And good players are rewarded better with better tokens or whatnot. Guys, at the very core, DeFi is a revolution in finance that should make it so that we can send money internationally, we can do big contracts safer, more transparently, as well as take out these big players that we know break our economies and hurt our countries. So that's the future of DeFi. It's disruptive and it's exciting. And I just want to say here, be very careful with what platforms you use because still, yeah, it's the Wild West. There's less regulation. There could be rug pulls. And you want to make sure that in your state and area, whatever platform you're using or DeFi strategy you're using, it's legal and legitimized. For instance, BlockFi right now is facing huge problems in Binance in different states of America. They're saying, you can't do that here. It's bad. So just FYI, be careful with that. And then party on. DeFi rocks. I love it. Come join us and check out Clover and Shapeshift. I love them. But at the same time, still a little Wild West. It's just getting where it needs to go, but it looks very exciting. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this has been helpful. We love you guys on Nerd Chic and Ask the Nerd podcast. Keep coming back and be sure to subscribe and send your friends here and share this if it's helped you. Boom.